you put that group of people on a plane with unlimited amounts of alcohol and food and as you've traveled on those planes. There's really not a lot of places that you can sit.
Yeah, you're sitting either against a wall or you've got some seats like that are it's makeshift seats essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
The plane.
Yeah.
You're taking off backwards.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't by anything. It wasn't your typical charter, if you would, And you're coming to grips too with the fact that hey, you're going into a war zone.
Yeah.
And like you said, to Crete at the time, it was we went places no one else went.
Yeah.
I mean, because we would get over there, so we would usually spend 4 or 5 days. The last day being the day of the show, right? Which would be at wherever the big main base was in that area. So we would do our show there. But the 4 days before that, we split into like mini groups and hit as many fobs as we could.
Doing signings and
just shaking hands, signing autographs, fobs, forward operating bases, and that's what we do beforehand.
Yeah.
But not to get ahead, but so everyone's having a good time. It's fun. Like Big Show thought he was being really smart, right? So he brought up with him a giant blow-up mattress, which was a great idea. He was just with the wrong group of people to break out and be smug about his big blow-up mattress. It just, you're about halfway to Germany. We've been at it a while now because you just don't get on the plane. They shut the door and take off. I mean, you have to wait. Everything, you have to land in Iraq at night.
Yeah.
And you got to come straight down, and so you don't get hit with an RPG and all those other different
lights.
things. Yeah. So Big Show blows this thing up, and he's trying to be really discreet about this because he knows the characters are on this plane. So Big Show blows up this big air mattress, and and kind of sitting there. I'm just kind of, I'm drinking, and I'm starting to kind of doze a little bit. And all of a sudden, like, how apropos, like army crawling up the floor of the plane, like belly crawling, right?
Yeah.
Is Vince. And
I mean, this is Vince is stacked at this
point. Oh yeah. I mean, this is
how old is he at this point? That's 20 years ago. So 55,
he's jacked, and so it's just funny, right? This is a billionaire who is belly crawling up this airplane, and he gets up to the show is sound asleep. Vince proceeds to put tiny little holes in his mattress. So he puts these tiny holes, and he gets up and he goes back, and now everybody's laying there like we're sleeping, and it's kind of like, oh man, oh shit, it's flat. And so now everybody's like, and then you just hear like this, God damn it, everybody thinks they're effing funny. Oh, the show blew a stack, man. That's real fucking funny, real funny. And Vince being Vince is like, what happened? What's going on? What the hell's going on? Bullshit. The show was just it was bullshit. And then Bradshaw. I'm pretty sure Bradshaw was on that flight too. He's like, who would do such a thing? We need to have wrestlers court when we get there to find out who did this to your mattress. You know, Show's trying to find some kind of tape to put over these. Oh, it was just horrible.
Because the other part of that was when your air mattress goes out like that, it takes you a minute because you're asleep and all of a sudden you might be 5-10 minutes of laying on the floor before you're uncomfortable enough to actually wake up.
Oh yeah.
So you've got this 7 foot. You
can't figure out why 1 minute I'm so comfortable and now everything is hard as a rock. And you know, of course, everybody's like, well, I don't know. It really set the tone.
Is Vince just biting his lip, trying not to laugh?
Well, it's, you know, of course Vince is like trying to, well, we're going to get to the bottom of this. That's bullshit. You don't mess with a man's mattress. You just don't do that. Damn. You guys are going over there to pay respects to the troops, and this is the kind of shit that happens, you know. It just goes on and on and on. And Show's so pissed about it, you know, but he knows he can't say anything, and oh man, it was just it was funny. So we end up, we go to Germany, we stop in Germany, refuel and everything, and then we get to Iraq. And that's kind of, you know, it's that descent into Iraq that, you know, when they're, you know, they're telling you to put your Kevlars on and everything else, and then it kind of comes real, like, you know, I was always like I was super proud that I was able to do that, and then it's also like, dude, I'm about to drop into a combat zone. Into a combat zone. This shit is real. And but man, it was so worth it to see the looks on the soldiers' faces, man. And I there's just, I got more. I mean, we'll get into it. I got just so many stories of my time at some of these you know, some of these forward operating bases and spending time with those soldiers. But anyway, we come in, and then, you know, we're at this point by 2000, you know, we're, you know, I'm doing okay, right?
Yeah.
And you know, I remember when we were setting up, like going over there, like, all right, who are you going to room with? And I'll room with JBL. So, you know, I don't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting a Connex with a rickety bed, and you know, and then having to, you know, walk 200 yards to.
Yeah, the Ritz is under construction.
Yeah, it was. But again, it's one of those situations that helps you put things into perspective. Like holy shit, you know. And all these kids they're 18 and 19 years old, you know.
Yeah, you're thinking of the majority of those guys that you probably saw. So one thing about the military, they'll do is a lot of the leadership, they make sure that the lower ranked guys, you know, get those types of meet and greets, so they'll get to meet you guys. Most of those guys are, you know, you're talking, you know, 18, 19 to, you know, maybe 25, 26, 27 years old.
Yeah.
It's typically that age group.
Yeah, it was like, there were baby faces.
Yeah. I mean, I was 19 when I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned 20 while I was there.
Yeah, there were a lot of baby faces there, and you know, and then my gosh, we were up. I mean, we landed late. We were up early and in mess hall, you know, eating, and then
not fine dining.
No, it was
your basics.
It was we were definitely not at our place in Savannah there. But then, you know, now. Okay, we've broke up into our small groups. I think my small group was me, Vince, Rey Mysterio, JBL, and I think Tori Wilson was on that one with us.
So y'all took more talent over there. Not even, they may not have wrestled, but
you
would take them for meet and greets.
Yeah. So that was our small group.
Okay.
So I remember.
Tori got over well over there, I would imagine.
As I recall, yes, she was.
Pretty long line,
Yes,
I would
yes,
imagine.
there was. Yeah, it was. Yes, there was. She was a sight to sore eyes for a lot of those
Absolutely.
young men.